Hi, today I wanted to share my new blooms in a tank. It's Miltoniopsis Hawaiian Punch Kalapana. It's absolutely amazing and totally unexpected. And I think being in a tank makes the blooms look more green than they actually are, so I better take that out. Yeah, that's much better. See, this is the real color. In natural light, it shows that it's more buttery yellow than green yellow. Very nice. And the middle is kind of rusty brown. And I don't know what's up with those little spots. It's like somebody was painting the middle and dropped some paint and forgot to clean. The second bloom does not have those spots. But I don't mind. I think it's cute. I like it with the spots. And it's very fragrant. It has this sweet floral fragrance with lots of honey in it. It's almost intoxicating. The tank, it lives in a tank, so it's filled up with the smell. When I open tank, it's like, wow, it's hard to breathe in there. So it's extremely fragrant orchid. It's not unpleasant, but very strong. Really like the blooms. Now I got this orchid from Resquetzal this spring as a division. And honestly, I did not expect it to bloom so soon. I thought it'll take a year to establish and grow. But as soon as this bulb, I think when I got it, this bulb was just growing, was small. But as soon as it started, as soon as it finished the growing, it produced me this spike, which is really cool. So I think this type, this cross, Hawaiian Punch Kalapana, is easier to bloom. Now I read that, and I see in videos that they're not easy to grow plants. That's why actually I didn't have them before, because I didn't dare to buy them. But a year ago, Resquetzal offered me some divisions. Not this spring, but last spring, I got my first Miltoniopsis. Actually, it was two divisions, Keika Komodo and Bird Phillips. Actually, I'll show them since we're talking about Miltoniopsis. So these are all three of my Miltoniopsis that I have. And now sun came out, so it's going to be too bright. Maybe hope you can see them all. All three of them I got from Resquetzal as divisions. And yeah, this one here in the middle is Keika Komodo, which I got first. It was a spring 2020 when I got it. It's been growing well, but it never bloomed yet. So that means probably that some crosses, like this one here, Hawaiian Punch, are easier to bloom than some other ones. And they grow in a tank, mostly. Like Hawaiian Punch is always in a tank. And this third one, which is called Bullywot and some numbers, I forgot. I'll put on the screen the name. I always forget this name. It's a hard name to remember. But Keika Komodo sometimes in a tank develops some kind of, I don't know, is it rot or, I think it's rot, but it's not very fast progressing rot. It just starts a bit of brown. Then I put cinnamon on it and take it out of the tank. And I put it on the shelf now with the lights. And it stops. And after a while, when it's totally dry and totally stopped, I will put it back in the tank because they do like humidity. Actually, I read and watched in the videos that Miltoniopsis are considered not easy to grow plants, right? I'm having kind of success with them, and I was thinking why? Because they are cool growers, right? That's what I read, they are cold growers. But it's probably because my tank is warm but not too hot, and there's a lot of humidity and the fans working. So because it's warm but not too hot, I'm actually able to grow the plants with totally different requirements. Phragmipediums, Miltoniopsis, which are considered cool growers, right? They seem to be happy in my tank. And I also have Paphiopedilum sanderianum, which is from Borneo, which likes it warm, and it's happy there too. And so because my tank does not get warmer than 28 degrees during summer, and during winter it's around 25. So it never goes to the extremely hot temperatures. And I think that's why Miltoniopsis are pretty happy in there. Now for the potting medium, I use the bark. It's an Archaeata bark mixed with the sponge rock, and I use plastic pots, see-through pots, just so I could see what's inside to know when to water, because otherwise I won't be able to tell if it's wet or dry. So when it's bark, I need to have a see-through pot, otherwise it's too confusing. And it seems they like it. See, this one, I forgot the name, has 2 new growths started, so maybe hopefully one of those growths will produce me the blooms too. Keika Komoda, not sure if this bulb new growth continues. See, when it's in a dry place, you get this pleats. So they do like humidity. So when you put them out in the dry conditions, the leaves come out pleated. So it needs to go back to the tank. So I'll check. I'll check closely what's with it. I think it's dry already. It's crusty dry, so maybe it can go back to tank now. And yeah, this Kalapana, the Hawaiian Punch Kalapana, is probably the easiest to grow and bloom. And look at those blooms, they're beautiful. They're totally beautiful. I use the normal fertilizer for them, the one that I use for all my orchids, the Dynagrow Orchid Pro at the half recommended strength. And well, this too, I didn't have long enough to have a winter experience for them. I just got them this spring. But Keika Komoda, I did not give it any rest. It was, well, because it was growing all the time, because in the tank it's warm. So since it was growing, I was continuing to feed it. And probably like this one is growing now, new pseudobulbs. I will need to feed it too. So I think I'm not gonna stop fertilizing them this winter, and then I'll see what comes out of it. So that's my Miltoniopsis Hawaiian Punch Kalapana. Thank you so much, Reskitsal, for introducing me to this wonderful orchids, Miltoniopsis. Myself, I would probably never dare to buy them. But now I'm so enjoying these blooms. They're sparkles in the sun. You don't see them, but I do. And the Keika Komoda should be pink, which is also wonderful. So they're not as scary as I read. Try them. They're really nice plants. And thank you for watching, and have a nice day.